Hello everybody. We are coming into Christmas season, and Christmas season means lots and lots of bows. Bows are expensive if you try to buy the fancy ones already made at your local floral shops or local craft stores. But they are in all of our holiday decor, like this centerpiece that I made. This has got two different types of ribbon in it, and it's got, I don't know, three different bows throughout the centerpiece, as you can see. And I'm going to show you how to make your own bows with ribbon. To get your own bows for your presents and your trees and all kinds of stuff for the holiday season. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a regular bow with one ribbon. Okay, I don't cut my ribbon off the spool. I just kind of keep it on there and use it like so. And when I get enough loops, I go ahead and cut my ribbon. So typically it's about 3 yards if you're a measure person. But what you want to do is you want to start with the tail, okay? And I'm going to have my tail be about 6 to 8 inches long. And then you pinch. Pinching is the secret to making a good bow. So you pinch, right? Then you're gonna make your loop, and my loops are gonna be about 6 inches long, and you're gonna pinch. This ribbon is the same on both sides, so we don't have to worry about that for this particular bow. So I'm going to go back and forth. I'm holding my center right here, holding that center, pinching, making my next loop on the other side. Just pinch my center, make another loop on each side. See what I'm doing? Back and forth on the different sides. I'm gonna make a 4-loop bow with a cute center. So I made 4 loops about the same size, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to get your center, you just make a small loop for your fifth loop. You just make it really small, like that, okay? So now I have 5 loops, 4 the same size, and my last one was very small. Now I'm gonna wanna leave about 6 inches on the other end for my tail, okay? But before I do that, pinching very tight here, I'm gonna take some floral wire. Now you can use a chenille stem. In fact, well, I've already got the floral wire, but you can use a chenille stem, you can use zip ties, you can use floral wire, whatever you need. Floral wire really is my choice because I'm always attaching it to a wreath or something, and floral wire makes it easy to attach to other things. So just take your wire, pull it tight right around that center area where you pinched, give it a good twist, okay? Now my bow is held in place. Now I'm gonna take some scissors, cut my tail. I'm gonna cut the other side about 6 to 8 inches. Okay, now you shape your bow. So I pull my 2 tails down. Keep my wire in the back. My tails are down. And now I'm just going to pull my loops to shape. There we go. I'm gonna lower my camera a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing there. There we go. That might be a little bit better to see. Okay, so here we go. Now that turned out quite nice. You see my 4 loops with the little center, the small loop makes your center. And this is wired ribbon, so it's very easy to shape. Nice and fluffy loops. Let's not forget to dovetail our tails. I'm just gonna cut this one so that they're a little evenly matched. And then we just dovetail the end. Gives you that nice finish. Dovetail the other side. Okay, and here is a nice 4-loop bow that would look lovely on top of a package, on the bottom of a wreath, you know, whatever you want. Okay, so that's one. Now let's put that one aside. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna use 2 ribbons, okay? So again, I'm using my black and white check, and I'm leaving it right on the spool. I'm not cutting it off. So I just take it, and I'm going to leave the same thing, about a 6-inch tail. Now this time I'm going to make my starting loops just a hair bigger, okay? Because I'm going to layer another ribbon on top of this. And so I've got number 2 loop, number 3 loop, okay? And I'm going to stop at 3 right there, okay? I'm going to stop at 3. Now for this one, I'm going to zip tie this. I got a little black zip tie here. I got my zip ties from the Dollar General. They have these tiny little ones, which is great for crafting. And I'm just gonna zip tie my center there. And cut off the excess. Okay. Cut my tail. All right. So this bow's a little bit different. So I'm not gonna bring both my tails down, but I'm going to make them opposite, and I'm going to kind of just make my loops like so. Okay, you see how that looks a little bit different? Because now we're gonna add a second ribbon. Well, here's my next ribbon that I'm gonna add. My puppy dog ribbon. Okay, now same thing. I'm gonna do 3 loops again, and I'm gonna do 6-inch tails. Now, this ribbon has a right and wrong side. Clearly, you can see that. So what we're doing now with this ribbon is I make my loop. Now I have to twist my ribbon so that the right side stays up. And then I form my next loop. Okay? You're just wanting that right side to show. You don't want the wrong side to show. And then pinching, and then twisting my ribbon, and I'm gonna make my 3rd loop. Okay? All about the same size. There we go. And then I'm gonna give that last tail a bit of a twist so I got my right side up. Now for this one, I'm gonna use my Chanel stem and just twist that off. Now cut my tail. Okay. So now take that first bow you made, okay, and we're gonna take the second bow we made. We have 6 loops all together, and I'm just going to lay this bow right on top of that bow, and I'm going to take the zip tie and tie it around the center of the bottom bow. Like that. Don't worry about how it looks right now because we're gonna fix it. Pull it tight and give it a twist. Okay. Now you come back up. Now we're gonna shape it the way we want it. Okay, now you can see that has made a 6 loop, 2 different ribbons, and we've got 4 tails. And we're just gonna dovetail all our tails. I always dovetail my tails. You can cut them at an angle if you want, but I think dovetailing looks nice. Okay. And there we go. If you don't like the black and white together, just, flip it around, shape it, move it. This is all wired ribbon. It's very easy to work with. And there you go. And so that's how that one looks now, okay? You can use any ribbon you want. This is just ribbon I have here in the studio that I'm using to kind of demonstrate to you how I make bows. I know there's lots of different ways that people make bows. There's all kinds of machines and little pegboard type of contraptions that helps you make bows. I just learned to do it myself. I worked at a craft store when I was in college and in the floral department, and this is how they taught me to do it. So I just make them freehand. But that's a second type of bow. Okay. Now, this has all been wired ribbon. If you work with a non-wired ribbon, you're gonna have to make your loops a little bit tighter because there's no wire there to hold the shape in. You can continue on your bows. If I wanted another ribbon incorporated in this, which people do it all the time. You just kind of open your bow up. See how I'm opening to that center point? You take a third ribbon and you make some loops and you would just layer it right on top there. And then you'd have a third layer. Sometimes the center layer is a nice place to use smaller ribbon that doesn't have any wire in it. So there you go. These are just very simple, very easy bows that you can make to decorate your packages, to put in your Christmas tree, to put on your Christmas wreaths, anything you want. So get out your ribbon and give this technique a try. Thanks.